What's up, traders? Julian here from jlewistrading.com. Going to do a quick review of what we did last week. Now, it was a short week, obviously, because of Thanksgiving, but we still had some fantastic opportunities. Now, the last time I posted a review on the market, we were looking at this level right through here. So we had some trend line support, and I was looking at this reversal candlestick pattern right through here. And I was talking about the momentum on the MACD and how it was sort of curving to the downside and how there was a bit of a drag. And we were looking for this level to either hold or break down. And you can see that we had a gap down. And price action has actually closed a little bit lower, lower volumes, obviously, because of the short week. But we have taken out that trend line support. And we are now working our way down to this 2601 S&P 500 support level, which is obviously a structured level of historical support. So looking for a potential hold at 2601. If it drops, I mean, we could probably see a level get checked down through here at 2532. If this bear flag, however, was to completely play itself out, we would be in an official bear market area down about 20% from peak. Right now, I think we're in at about 12% or so. With that said, we had an amazing week shorting the market, and I'm going to start off the top with NVDA. This was a great call that we made last week right through here. It had gapped down, and I was mentioning that this 162 level was the area to watch. It was a very, very simple play. We were either going to get a 162 support breakdown on that candle, or we're going to get candle resistance at 171 moving to the upside and potentially filling that gap. And it took the former. 162 was taken out, and price action dropped like a rock down to 134 before bouncing. Members killed it on this trade, and again, we came out live with this last week. So that was down 17% on the week, and the members did well. Let's see, NFX was another trade that was put out in the alerts right through there. 1896 was the level. You can see that there was a little bit of chop, and then it just boom bounced right down through here to 1762. So that played out nicely, and right now it is kind of bear flagging, so there could be some potential movement to the downside. We're going to want to watch that MACD histogram to see what happens. You can see that it did move lower on lower volume. So if the market opens Monday and we get a nice big volume push to the downside and sellers step in and shorts pile on, this thing is going to fall even lower. So that was a pretty decent trade. One of the other bigger trades that we talked about was Facebook, and this was a 139 breakdown, and it just absolutely cratered down to this 126 level. The MACD histogram again was giving us some insight that the momentum was moving to the downside, but the volumes again, because of a short week, was a little bit low. So what we'd be looking for this upcoming week is a further breakdown of 126 on massive selling volume. So we'll wait and see. But with that said, members did make a ton of cash trading the options on Facebook. So that was a good little 9% rip over just a few days. I talked about lows. This was another one that we chatted about. And right through there, 91.72 was the level to break down, and it dropped like a rock right down to $85 before rallying. You've got sort of this 3-session inside movement right through here, or I should say 2-day session inside movement. So again, momentum, if it was to continue to trend to the downside and we were to get some sellers to step in, lows could absolutely tank, taking out 85.10. So we'll be watching that. But again, simple 7% move. And this is on the underlier, not the options. The options did exceptionally well on the short side with the puts, but the underlier on lows was down 7%. And then sympathy play on Home Depot. Pardon me, little 3% dip to the downside, 172 being taken out. Momentum is still relatively strong to the downside, but you can see that it has taken out a structured level of historical support. And so what we'd be looking for is confirmation below 167 to the downside, which is a previous resistance level. And if HD could, Home Depot could follow through, we would see a nice move. So I just wanted to put this out there. We had 15 picks on last week's trade alerts. Of the 15 picks, the way that I do this is that I'm very, very definitive about the fact that you only want to touch key levels. And unless a key level is touched, it's not a trade. Out of the 15 picks we put on, 5 trades were triggered, and what that means is those key levels were triggered into a trade and we got some movement. So out of the 15 picks, 5 were triggered. That's a 33% success ratio. Out of the 5 that were triggered, all 5 worked out. So the trigger to success ratio last week was 100%. It was a solid week. Now the average move all to the short side on the underliers was 8.6%. The largest move we had was on NVDA at 17%, and the smallest move we had on Home Depot was just 3%. Now these are all on the underliers. The options themselves were explosive, especially on NVDA and Facebook. It was crazy. So with all that said, I hope that you enjoyed this video and it was somewhat educational. This was the review for last week. I'm going to be rolling out this week's trade alert list to our members and everybody that is subscribed. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. There is a link below actually for future webinars that we're going to be hosting. We've got a whole host of new webinars that are going to be rolling out. We just finished one called Why Isn't Trading Working For You? It was hugely successful. We had a ton of people. It's been the biggest webinar we ever hosted. We're actually going to be doing it again. There is a link below for future webinars. So if you're not a member of the community, it's totally free to get involved. Click the link below and get notifications on when we're going to be hosting these new live webinars coming up. Also, if you want to get involved with the Trade Alerts and Ask a Trader subscription, there's also a link below, and I've actually included the discounted model. So if you want to get involved with Ask a Trader and these Trade Alerts, there's a link below called the All Access Pass. You just click it, follow through, and we'll see you on Tuesday at Ask a Trader. And if you do it tonight, right after this video, you'll actually receive this week's trade alerts. Hope some of this has helped. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Turn those notifications on. If you have any questions, I'm at info@jlewistrading.com.